One of my followers on the Laraning Twitter asked me if I could do a video about creating custom authentication gates. So imagine a situation where you have your front end, where you have your authentication, and you want to create a back office or an admin where you have a different authentication. On that case, another different gate from your front end. So on this tutorial, I'm going to show to you one approach to do that. Of course, you have more videos on the internet that you can see other type of approaches. I will try to use one approach that follows as much code, original code that we can use from Laravel as possible, at least the ones that I know. So I just started here a code base, a default Laravel 5.6 folder structure here, completely default. And I'm going to go here and show you something if you just create one. So if you do a PHP artisan route lists, by default, when you start a new project on Laravel without any type of authentication layer, you just have finally the URI that goes to the root to the root folder, to the root URL, and here it points out to this page that you are used to see. Sorry, I didn't start the server that we are used to see, right? So let me just open here a new command window because I need it. Web root multi-auth, and here we go. So how can we start? So first of all, I'm going to first duplicate the resources here. So I'm going first to install the auth scaffolding from Laravel, sorry. And then I'm going to duplicate the resources on the views to actually have also the admin. It's going to be very close to what we already were going to have for the authentication views that Laravel renders. And then we are going to move on to the controllers to also duplicate our controllers here on the auth. And we are also going to create our custom new auth for the back office on this auth config.auth file. We are going to put it here too. So a lot of work, but we go step by step, we go calmly so you can see how these things work and how you can actually do it by yourself on your web application. So first of all, I have my window here, and all I have to do is you just write PHP artisan make auth, and it says authentication scaffolding generated successfully. So now if you go to the resources, you'll see that we have more stuff here besides this welcome. Now we have this home, we have a layout here that is basically a layout that then is extended by the home, as you can see here on the top. And then you have the auth here with all the views to send the email, in this case resets, and then when you receive, when you want to receive your new password by email. And then here you have the login and you have the register, okay? So at the moment that we start using that, look here on the corner right, on the top right zone where I have the mouse cursor, it starts showing login and register because Laravel detects on this welcome page that when it says that route has login, so if it exists a login route name, it shows the login and register, or if you're already authenticated on this Blade directive, it just shows you how to go to your home. So I'm going just to also create here just a connection to my Laraning on my computer, and I'm just going to restart the environment, in this case the server, to reload this environment file. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to register user. So in this case, I'm calling it my name, and I'm just going to say bruno.falcao at, I'm just going to invent, okay, outlook.com, and I just put a password here, and that's a register. So at this moment, we are currently using the default authentication gate that exists on Laravel, and here on the config file auth, you can see that it's the guard is the web name, and then it's the default one, defaults guard web. So this is, if you don't pass any guard on your authentication, it uses that one, and it's the one that contexts this login token that I currently did. And what we are going to do is to create another custom authentication gate to use on the back office, right? So for now, I'm just going to log out. And what we are going to start doing is to start changing the files, actually duplicating files to do it. So first of all, I'm just going to maybe duplicate here the this welcome.blade. See, the home is when you log in, so it says you are logged in. So I'm just going to put here you are logged in in the front end. Okay, and then we'll have another one that I'm going to duplicate here called in this case home and then admin, and I'm saying in the admin backend. The same for the welcome. So here I'm going to duplicate this one with admin. So at this moment we are going to use where it says Laravel. I'm going to write it Laravel backend. So at this moment we have the home admin and we have the welcome admin, right? On the layouts, we can use the same one here. Let me just check if there is any routes. No, we have the route login, so we cannot, so we need to create a new one because we need to point out those routes to our admin routes. So I'm just going to duplicate it. Duplicate and call it app admin, and here everything that says route something, I'm going to call it login.admin to go to another page. The register we are not going to show here, so for now just keep it as it is, no problem at all. And here the logout is important. We cannot log out from the gate of the front end. We want to log out from the gate from the back end. So I'm also going to create a route here that we will use. So now we already duplicated this part. We have this home login here, layouts.app underscore admin, and the welcome admin. Actually, the welcome doesn't use the layout here, so it's just a home. And on the auth, I'm also going to duplicate the auth called auth admin. And on the auth admin, I'm just going to use the login, right? Because the other ones. So login.admin, because I'm going to create a new route for authenticated us on the new gate. And let me see if I have another one, route password request. Well, this one again doesn't matter because we're not going to use it. This login uses the app underscore admin layout. That's the only thing that we need to do, and I think that's it. So if I go to the web and now I get this one that is here, as you can see, when you write the scaffolding, it already writes these auth routes here, right? So we are going to get that on a minute, but I'm just going to put here welcome admin and just see if its stuff works. So save it here, go here. Actually, I'm just going to write a PHP artisan route list. It works at the first time, very good. So as you can see, we now have login, register. Yes, because we didn't define the routes still. So I'm just going to put here admin. And if I go here to admin, I should go to the Laravel backend. Very well. So actually, why the route shows exactly the same with additionally with the auth ones, because we still didn't create the rest of the routes for us. Okay, so I'm just going to do it right now. So I'm just going to copy paste here on these routes one here that we have. So on the router, we do have a method there called auth where the framework creates the routes that it needs. So I'm just going to copy paste the login and the logout, and I'm going to put them here, replacing the this with a route static class, replace all. And this login actually is admin/login, admin/login, and admin/logout, because we are want to use one from the backend. And this auth class, I'm going to also call it an auth admin here, auth admin here. We are going to change this in a minute. I'm just putting the namespace with another one. We can do show login form, login here, and I will suffix everything with admin here and here. And now if we do a route list, we are going to see more things, and also we are going to see an error. So it says that class, of course we don't have those classes that we just created here. So I'm just going to go now to the part of the classes. So here, as you could see, we already placed the admin login and the routes for the new admin that we are creating. So basically, we just did the login and logout. We are just doing an example for this custom gate. I'm already pointing them to my new controllers that I will duplicate also from the Laravel one. So I'm just going HTTP auth. So we already have this auth, right? So I'm just going to duplicate and call it auth admin. And then we need to change them after, right? But for now, for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to delete, I will just put all of them with this admin here, because I don't know if there are routes defined there. So login, also admin, register controller, although we don't use it, but maybe there is a route that then gives an error. So admin, everything changed to admin. So now if I do a route list, here we go. Now we do have these ones here on the top. That is the ones that we are going to use. See, admin login, admin logout, and just a page admin that goes to the welcome page that we are used to see. So not bad, it's going on the right way. So if I click login, it goes to the page login, which is wrong. It should go to an admin login. We are going to change it in a minute. But it already says here Laravel backend. So let's change now that one, because I made a mistake somewhere. Let me just go here to the welcome admin, search for the route, and here we go. It says it should go to the login. We say admin login. We don't go to the register, we don't use it. And here, of course, we also go to the admin home and not to that one. So admin/login not defined is, sorry, it was a mistake because it's a route. So it's login.admin. Here the URL, yes, admin/home. And here the route register, we don't use it at the moment, so it's fine. So if I do login, it goes on the top, as you can see, to admin login. I'm just going to do a small change here on this layout on the auth admin, on the login. I'm just going to call it login backend or admin backend, whatever you want to call it. It's just to make the difference here on this auth admin login. I'm just going to put it like this, if I'm not mistaken. It didn't change route admin backend login. So there is a small mistake on the page that goes there. So let me just see again the routes. Let me just see here. Admin login. Oh, very well. I know why. So it's the next step that we need to do actually. So the controller. So first of all, when I go to the admin login, I return a view, right? So if I go here to the login controller, on the auth admin, see, there is this trait called authenticate user. Everything is going to be inside this, but for now, let's just change the things that we need and copy and override the methods that we need to override. So first of all, when we do a login, where do you want to redirect? This is the redirect to attribute. It can also be a method called redirect. In this case, I'm going to say I want to go to the admin/home, and my middleware, I don't want to use the guest web authentication gate. I want to use the one that we will create called admin. So let's now create this custom authentication gate. So it's very simple. You just need to go to the config auth, scroll a bit, and then on the guards, we are going to create a new guard, just like we talked. So I'm going just to copy paste a bit of code. We call it admin. You can call it whatever you want. Driver session provider, it's a new provider that we'll create. I'm going to call it backend just to make the difference, not to call it admin again. And here on the providers, it's where we actually create our new provider called backend. You say use eloquent. You can use the same model, no problem at all, because the token, it's what matters. When you create a new gate, it creates a new session token for you, and then it validates against that session token if you are registered or not on that authentication gate. So we can use also the app user class, no problem at all. And here the driver is eloquent, the way Laravel actually makes the query to get the information that when you try to do the attempt login method, right? So here on the guest, I'm just going to say, okay, I want to use the gate admin except for the method logout that is on this authenticates user. So let's now take a look at this authenticates user and see what we need to override. So I'm going to enter here. This is a trait that is also, of course, used on the normal login page of the frontend. No problem at all, because what we are going to do is just to override on your main controller here on the auth admin controller, we are going to override the methods that we need. So for instance, this one we need to override, right? Because the show login form, you don't want to show the auth.login view, because as you can see here on the resources view, auth login, it's here. No, we want to go to the auth underscore admin and then login. Very well. So now if we go here and do an F5, we already see that I'm redirecting. When I do to admin slash login, I'm redirecting to the right view. So actually there is a small mistake there on the view. Let me just take it out. Yeah, it's just this single column, this single admin backend login. Okay, so now we are on the right way, on the right view. I'm routing to the login.admin. So let me just do a view source and make sure that it's going to the right place on the form. So let me just search here for the form. Here we go. So it already goes to the right one. See, admin slash login. Very well, good. And right now, I will also see what else I need to override. So first I need to override the show login form. Let's continue. Login. The normal login calls the method validate login. So let's go to this one. So it says validate of course. Okay, so this one is actually just making sure that the fields are filled in, as you know, on the validator, and then it fires up a throttling mechanism here, as you can see on the throttles login trait. Actually, it's using that one. It's not using the middleware. And then it says if this attempt login. So this one is a nice one. So attempt login. It's also on this trait. It says return this guard, and this guard is a method called guard. So this is another one that we need to override. So basically on this function guard, we don't want to return the normal guard called web, but we want to return the guard, admin, right? Was the one that we just created now on the auth file here. If you go up, you'll see that we created this guard called admin. So this is the guard that we want to use on all the login gates. On this case, the authentication gate, that is the attempt login. Okay, and also for, as you can see, the logout also uses these guards that comes from here, and then it says redirect slash. This is wrong, right? When we want to do a logout, we don't want to redirect to the root. This is let's say the default front-end behavior on the login, but actually we want to redirect it to the slash admin. That is the welcome page for our as you know, for our back office. So here we go. So let me just do a test. I'm going to write something and do login. So it says, of course, I need to put something and just say if it. It says I'm missing. It cannot identify the auth static class here. So I'm just going to do an F5 and add it on the top, as you can see here. So it just added the facade. Do an F5 again, and it says this credential is very good. So we are very close to have the admin one here and the one on the backend and one on front end. So let's do a test and see how it goes. So I'm just going to write here. It was like this, right? If I'm not mistaken. It says this page cannot be found. And actually he's right, because we didn't find this route. So I just need to go here to our routes file. That is here. And here at the end, we define the one for the front end, right? When you redirect to the home. But what about the admin slash home? So here we need now to have our home admin controller, and we call it home.admin. So as you can see, we are redirecting to the admin slash home, which is good. Admin slash home goes to the home admin, and now we just need to clone that one and see what's going on inside. So home admin, duplicate home controller, home admin controller, right? Home admin controller, home admin controller. Very well. It uses the middleware auth. We don't want to use we want to use the auth, but with the gate admin. So you just need to put colon and then admin. And here we don't want to return to this view home, right? You want to return to the view admin slash home. That is actually when you do here a login. So for instance, if I now try it out, because I don't have tracking, as you can see, it redirected to the wrong one. We will just see this in a couple of minutes, because I pressed enter and the guest sent me to the slash login and not to the slash admin login. We'll get that in a moment. So admin login. For now, I just want to show something. So it says that it's not login. And this is because the middleware guest needs a small tweak. So if we go to the redirect if authenticated, you see that it's hard-coded, this redirect home. This is, it's made a bit for the front end only. So it always returns that /home, as you know, and we cannot do like this, right? We can only do that if the guard is the web one, right? So let's put it here, if auth guard check and guard equals to web, then we redirect home. Of course, you can do this code on another way, yeah. And guard equals to admin, then you go to admin/home. So now, if I go back here and I say admin/login, it should be placed back. In this case, it placed me back on the home because I was able to log in. Okay, and then it says view admin.home doesn't exist. Very well. So as you can see here on the resources, I don't have that one. I have just the home_admin. So let me just see where I did the mistake. And the mistake was view admin.home. So basically on the login, redirect to admin/home. And this might be because on the home admin, yeah, so it's here on the layouts, app admin, there might be a home.admin. Let me just check. Admin.home, sorry. Admin.home. No, it's not here. So let me just search admin.home. And we surely have this admin.home somewhere. So let me find here admin.home. No. But it says here is on a home admin controller. So let's go there. Home admin controller. Aha. There is a problem. It's admin_home. Maybe not. Let me see. Sorry, it's home admin. It's the contrary. So I go here again to the login. Sorry, to the home admin, and I call it home admin. Voila, you are logged in the admin backend. So very nice. So we may just log in on the backend. Let's see how it goes on the front end. See, nothing happened. It says login and register. So we do have the gate on the web not understanding that we logged in, which is very good. It's exactly what we want. So if I do log in again, I'm going to use another user, okay, just for you to see the difference. I think I have this user. No. Maybe I didn't place the password correct. Very good. See, you are logged in on the front end as Bruno Falcão. Now, if I go to admin/home, well, there is a small difference. I use the same name, but you can see the apostrophe there on the A, and here it's without, so it's another user. Okay, so it's just because I use the same names, but as you can see, it's another one. I can even, just for you to see. So I'm going to register John Smith, john.smith@outlook.com. So you can see the difference. Oh, I already has this one as an example, so I'm going to call it, I don't know, john.travolta@outlook.com. Just put a normal password. I call it John Smith as John Travolta, whatever. So here I'm on the front end. I'm going to log out. And I'm going to the back end just to show to you. So I'm going to log in here with one, john.travolta@outlook.com. Here we go. It calls John Smith because I forgot to change the name. But now if I go to the front end, there is no one logged in. So now I'm going to log in with the other one, bruno.falcao@laraning.com. for instance, and I'm logged in as Bruno Falcao. So again, if I go to admin, I'm logged in as John Smith. Very well, I hope it helps. I mean, it was almost half an hour of a tutorial, but I think it was good not to do it in several episodes because it's really a lot of steps, as you can see. They are not totally, let's say, the part of custom gates, it's something that really needs to, let's say, in my opinion, on the next versions might need to be updated, can be a bit optimized on some parts. But again, as you can see, you can perfectly create two different custom gates, one using the first using the config.auth file to put the files there. You then can create your views. So in my case, I just duplicated the views that we have from the default project code base, as you know. And then I also default to the controllers, and you can, the trick is you use the trait that already exists here that is authenticates users, and you just override the methods that you need, in this case the show login form, the guard, and the logout. And after overriding those ones and changing for the guard that you need, you just need to tweak a bit this redirect if authenticated, that actually needs just a bit of tweak here to also consider your gate. And that's it. So I hope it helps. Of course, you can extend this much more, but at least to start to creating those two different gates, authentication gates, you have a very good picture, so you can do it. Thank you very much for watching the video, and see you again on the next episode.